Hello, everyone. My name is Azaria McLymore, and we're back with another Powerful People episode. So today I'll be talking to Michael McLymore Sr., who is not only my grandfather, but the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources in New Bergen Large City School District and the founding pastor of Life Restoration Church. Now, I brought him here today because I admire his persistence and determination to strive higher and move up in the ranks. But as we all know, success isn't all just glitz and glamour, so I wanted to ask him a couple questions about his childhood and his upbringing. So the first question is, what was it like growing up without a father?
It was really, really difficult because, playing with other kids and playing with other schoolmates, you find that they would talk about their dad, they would talk about going home, doing things with their dad. And with me, it was the opposite. So I never had an opportunity to play with my dad, never had an opportunity to see my dad, never had an opportunity to know my dad. So it was really, really difficult to find out what a dad figure was like.
Okay. How did you handle the struggles of being a teen parent?
Well, I think the biggest struggle was not knowing what to do as a parent and growing up with your children as they were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was the most difficult part. I had no experience in fatherhood, but the difference is I had a willingness to learn.
Okay.
And so that's what kept me going.
Okay. How did you become such a great father without having a father figure, somebody to model after, really?
Good question. So I am a people watcher. I try to understand people, try to look back on my values, what I was brought up with, the good things, and focus less on the negative things. And then try to use those things as springboards to promote myself and to better my family and to make sure that I do the right thing for all that was involved.
Okay. How did you start your career in the school district?
Well, I did a little bit of everything prior to becoming an employee of the school district. So I was working at IBM prior to being employed by the Newburgh School District, and I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. I said I want to work with people. I really want to help people. So after a 7-year period at IBM, I decided that I was going to go back to school and I was going to become a teacher.
Okay.
And so I became a teacher. I went to undergrad at Mount St. Mary, finished college in 3.5 years while working at the same time. Then directly after, I got my master's, and then directly after that, I got another master's, and so I got my teaching and then my administrative degree directly after, and then I landed a job in the Newburgh School District.
Wow, that's amazing. I wanted to ask you, what is it like balancing your career with being a pastor?
That was really difficult. So what is really important in your life, that's what you're going to do.
Okay.
And so I found that I was brought up with values to believe in God. And so being a pastor, I knew what my calling was. And so I had to balance that with my job, and your spiritual life runs parallel with your general life.
Okay.
And so I wouldn't do anything in my regular life that I wouldn't do in my spiritual life. Mm-hmm. So they kind of worked in tandem with one another. Okay. And so it was hard. Mm-hmm. It was hard, and I had to balance time with the church, balance time on my job, and then balance time at home.
Okay.
Those were the 3 areas: Father,
right.
Son, Holy Ghost.
Okay. Okay. And the last question that we have today is, what was it like pretty much passing the church or the torch down to your son?
It was very easy for me. It was very easy for me. I don't see it as being retired from the church, but passing the church to him was an ease of transition because I knew that he was ready. He worked faithfully in the church. He knew where my heart was. He knew my values. He knew my love for the people. And so he had the same love. And so it's not like passing the church to a stranger. So I felt pretty good at it, about it. But also, there was that emotional piece where, I have an obligation to ensure that he is successful. So that's the emotional piece. So if he's not successful, then that means that either I didn't do something to help him be successful, and that's not going to happen. So the transition was good. He's doing an excellent job. Excellent job.
I agree.
And I like what he's doing, and I'm here to back him up behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, that is it for our episode today. This was Powerful People, episode 4. Thank you.